Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Bailey Zappi and the New England Patriots.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Kicker Chad Ryland has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson options out left, shreds the tackle. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And Jackson going to run again. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson's going to look to run it. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see him play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Jackson options out left. He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd. And finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Zappe and the Patriots come up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 25.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Zappe back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Zappe going to bootleg out. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Stevenson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Third and 4. Now Zappe. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Jackson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Jackson now. They set up the screen to Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Jackson. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he gets this up past the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Zappi. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Zappi and the Patriots come up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8. Zappi. Fighting, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
A tough spot here after that sack. Zappi and the Pats now face a 3rd and long.
They're going to look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time Gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
They'll start by running the option to the right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
So the Patriots coming out now.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Zappi and the Patriots come up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
That's Bourne. Got it on the slant.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Three quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. Now Zappi. Pass complete once again to Bourne.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Zappi to throw on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Zappi to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Zappi. That is caught.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Zappe working from the gun. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Zappe looks to throw it.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Odafe Owe, his 2nd sack of the night.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Jackson going to hold on to it again.
Fights loose. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Stuck for a loss by Christian Barmore.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.